our message today is really simple. Avoid the knock, respond today. And that is the message that we're carrying throughout our region. I was on a forum with the mayors of New Orleans and Jackson, Mississippi just 2 days ago. Mayor Cantrell, from the moment she was inaugurated and we had our first meeting with her shortly about a month later, she immediately said, I understand the importance of New Orleans really getting every household to participate in the census. We were in the wake of Katrina. Many of our residents had not returned home. We were trying to rebuild. So the 2020 census for us is the first one after Katrina. And right now, New Orleans is about 10, almost 10 and a half points above where they were in self-response in 2010. The mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, we met with him shortly after he was inaugurated. And he immediately formed a complete count committee. He is also on the state complete count committee. And he is a strong advocate for the census. And one of the things that what really runs deep with these mayors is they're saying, what's in it for you? Let me tell you. And they're putting it in people's minds and letting people understand that the programs and the services that they value for themselves, their families, and their communities in those funding formulas are these population numbers. And then we come to a state like Florida, where we have a city, Hialeah, and Hialeah's population is just under 250,000, almost predominantly of Hispanic origin, with a 64% response rate. And in talking with the commission, just one of the commissioners just yesterday, I told him, I said, one thing about Hialeah I love, because you all are reacting as if your self-response rate is 20%, not above the national average. And he says, we are really working hard, and seriously, they are. And then we look at the city of Miami, where the response rate is less than 50%. And I have had chats with Mayor Suarez. And then we look at Opa-locka, which is a predominantly Black population, with a response rate just under 54%. And today I noticed that one of their most trusted voices, a community organization, is sending out text messages to all of the households in Opa-locka. The city of Atlanta has some very noted trusted voices to help with Atlanta counts, such as Killer Mike. And he has really honed the message home to a population that is really hard to reach. You know, they listen to a certain segment of music, certain shows. They haven't seen any of our commercials on TV, but they're on Instagram and other social media platforms where those people that they follow really post a lot. And so that has helped us. So for me, when I started with the Census Bureau in 1998 as a temporary employee, and here I am 22 years later, and looked at his history of participating in the census, I told people that up until 1950, the enumerator came to your house, sat down with your family in the living room or on the front porch, and completed the census for the family with their responses. In earlier years, when the enumerators came, they identified who you were. And so now here we are starting in 1960 for self-response. Here we are in the 21st century. We have the opportunity to identify who we are, to ensure that our entire family is counted, that resources will be flowing to our communities. Even though our schools will be opening in some means this fall, those superintendents aren't saying that your parents participate in the census because even virtually, we don't have enough slots. Those Head Start programs are very concerned, do they have enough slots for all the children? And the question that I ask people every day, look in the mirror and say, do our census numbers support our needs? So the 10 minutes that you take to complete the census will assure your fair share over the next 10 years. And that's the only message that I tell our staff to give. The less than 10 minutes, for 10 years of services. In order to count, you must be counted. We would rather not have to follow up on any household starting on August the 11th. We would rather this be the smallest percent of non-response follow-up in the history of our nation.